you're watching Women in Power News. Now coming to standard and labeling program, how far standard labeling program has been successful, and which are the other electrical appliances which you are planning to label in the near future?
We started with the standards and labeling program about 2.5 years ago, when we introduced the labels for refrigerators and air conditioners, and then for distribution transformers and for tube lights. In these years, we have seen a large market pickup on these products. For example, in the year 2008-9, 75% of the refrigerators sold and 50% of the air conditioners sold were labeled refrigerators.
That's a good number.
This last summer, there was a 4 to 5 week waiting period in Bombay and Delhi for people who wanted 5-star air conditioners. So we see a market transformation occurring. People want energy efficient products, and industry is providing those products. Now, in order to make sure that all products are energy efficient, we have issued a notification that from the 7th of January 2010, all frost-free refrigerators, room air conditioners, distribution transformers, and 36 and 40 watt tube lights have to be labeled. What that will do is anything which is less efficient than a 1-star will not be in the market.
Now coming to Budget Lamp Yojana, what is this scheme all about?
When we go to the market and see a 15 rupee bulb and a 100 rupee CFL, think twice, thrice, 4 times. Many of us do buy a CFL, but many of us, because we don't have enough money in our pockets, continue to buy a bulb, even though we know that in the long run a bulb uses more electricity, and so my bill will be higher. So what the Budget Lamp Yojana does is it addresses the household consumer. And how does it address it? Well, we in a number of small project areas around the country, and each project area size is an area in which about 5 lakh bulbs are used. Within this, a private company goes in, and it's a private company which has been chosen by the local electricity distribution company and the bureau together. This goes in and sells CFLs for the price of a bulb. That's about 15 rupees. The balance cost of the CFL, because the CFL costs 80 to 100 rupees, the balance cost of the CFL is recovered by this company from the energy savings and therefore the carbon dioxide emission savings that occur. This is converted into a CDM project, a Clean Development Mechanism project. Those energy savings, the carbon dioxide emission savings are quantified, they are certified, and the CDM Executive Board of the Kyoto Protocol issues them certificates. Instead of each of these individual projects going and being registered with the CDM Executive Board, which takes a huge amount of time, we are now in the process of registering one All India project. It's called a program of activities in the CDM jargon. Once this is done, and it should be done hopefully in the next 2 months or so, then each individual project would become a sub-project and would be attached to this one. So we can start them off much sooner. And today there are, I think, 11 state projects which are at advanced level of preparation and finalization, which can start off once this larger All India project is registered with the CDM Executive Board.
Okay, so this scheme would basically provide CFL to households at the price similar to incandescent bulbs. It's a very important move. And now coming to agricultural demand side management, what all steps Bureau of Energy Efficiency has taken for agricultural demand side management and improving efficiency of irrigation pump sets?
We choose an area in which separation has occurred, feeder separation, so that on a particular feeder you only have pumps. Second, that HVDS, high voltage distribution system, has been installed on that feeder, because that means that the quality of electricity supply is much better than on a low tension feeder. Then this particular area with say 2000, 3000, 4000 pumps is through a competitive bidding process given to a third party, a company who in our parlance we call an energy service company. This energy service company comes and changes the pumps to 5-star pumps. at their own cost, at the company's cost. So the farmer gets a new pump and he gets a maintenance-free pump. As a result of using this pump, the electricity demand falls. Therefore, the subsidy that the state government has to pay reduces, and a part of that reduction, typically 60% of that reduction, is paid to this company for about 5 years. And from that, he recovers his cost and makes a profit on the transaction. This is a new business model. We are not very sure whether it will be a success, and therefore these 6 pilots are being put into place to see how successful they are, what needs to be changed in order to make them successful, because if they are successful, then they can be replicated across the country.
Which are the 5 states where you've started this program?
This is occurring in Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh.
Thank you so much for joining us here in Power News.
Thank you.
Well, that's all we have in today's episode. I'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.